Please wait to be seated. Somehow I think we'll be waiting a long time. Demeter's banquet hall. Happy handmaid. Housewife's day is full of stress, cooking, tidying up, correspondence, and a husband who's always in the office working to get ahead in the street market. It's a skin fixer-upper. Though the look of it, looks a cross between a roll-on deodorant and, I know, some sort of sex toy. I keep seeing it as. She's antsy. Again, there's another morality system in this game. And I will be going for the good endings because, I don't know, I'm a Boy Scout at heart. Though I've never been part of any such organization. I think there is a Dionysus place here, and it's why I keep saying Dionysus with a southern twang. Dionysus. We don't like your kind round here, boy. Dionysus. Gosh. I return. None can stop the Mick. Gosh, Mickey. The goofy one is one I've just recently discovered, so I'm a little rough at it. Keep in mind, things get released out of order of recording. Like, I might go record something tomorrow, and you'll see it in 2 days' time, and I'll be, then I'll record this, and it'll be seen in a year's time, and, 2 days' time of the time of recording. Just keep that in mind, or a few months, and okay, is there anything here I need to find? Ooh, the hidey holes are being flooded. So this is very aggressively trying to kill us, the big sister. It's because we went near the little sister, or what? Because it's even more aggressive than the big daddies.
In that suit, even the ocean cannot harm you. This is good. But rapture is the death of many great men. Alone, you will not last long. You can still reach the train station. Find me there.
Well, at least the big sister has disengaged us, given that we can't actually bring our weapons to bear at the moment. And yeah, there is no collectibles here. I was kind of figuring as much, but I'm a little paranoid about them right now, given that I missed apparently a few in the previous game. Audio logs and the like.
Alright, diary. Last entry. Lizzie and I, we found a sphere, and we're going home. Ain't that right, baby? Next stop, topside.
Oh, I love you. It was you who saved us, Sammy. It was you, Button. What was that? What's that sound?
She's seen us. It's torpedo! Ah, I'm trying to...
Wham is torpedoing people who try to leave. And these things are really not geared for combat. Actually, yeah, they really aren't, are they? I salute another big barra. Also, that's the one we saw in the museum, though it apparently fires turrets. Would not mind getting that gadget. Hopefully we can get it. That'll be nice. So that is golden. Fuel. I like the adaptive little arrow. It's better than other arrows I've seen in games. Mattress is oddly in good condition, given where it is. Also, I'm actually thinking oceanic pressure. Shouldn't that be an issue even on the big daddies? Yeah, they might be in a diving suit, but oceanic pressure is still a thing, you know? Like, you know, there's so far we can't even send subs down, you know? Isn't that the thing? It's probably just a little, like, ignore this, because otherwise shit won't work entirely. Which is, you know, that's fair enough. Huh. Just a little dugout square randomly. Yeah, it's actually is exactly a square, and it's just randomly dug out. That really is odd to me. Oh. Dramatic grunting. Sorry, just checking the audio. Ooh, you also vision there. Hopefully you can see it when I come back in. Yes, you can see it when I go back in. You just lose sight once I go out. In the previous game it froze the screen. Welcome to Rapture, your beautiful city. Ooh, that might have been the same sign from the intro. The original one. Ooh, and there's Andrew Ryan's face. That little jingling is getting annoying, but it's also I'm hoping it'll be useful for finding the audio logs. Actually, it isn't, is it? Daddy's home.
Ah, Herr Delta. You arrive, as the little one said you would. Come upstairs to the ticket booth, and I will offer what I know of you.
She can talk with the little ones? It's odd. She could talk to the other ones because of her connection with them, but these ones wouldn't know her.
Gotta
odd to see Big Daddy gear lying around like this. Wonder if they made more Big Daddies while they're at it. Maintenance facility, attention workers, debadge at all times.
Take 3 this time. You understand that? 3.
Actually, didn't they have a similar system in Dishonored? Though I think they didn't mix up the hands. The left went to the left, right went with right.
You think I was trying to run?
Now most who survive are like this. Splicers. They're drug addicts. Vicious animals.
You got the hack tool. Left click to fire the machines to subvert them to your side. Oh, nice. Hmm. Hmm. Not quite as Big Daddy as I would have expected, Sandwich. Ooh, whoops. To hack machine, press E to stop the needle in a green section of the meter to advance, while it will give you a nasty shock. Distance hacker. Successful hack, it's now unlocked. Press B. Oh. Blue dots while hacking up to upgrade their damage. Huh. I tried to, but the timing went off. We will be reborn. You may notice already. Oh, this looks a bit different. Aesthetically, this one's different. This has more collectivist thing going on. The last one was an objectivist and like an individualistic kind of philosophy. So they're going for a rather religious, one. And it kind of fits in with what they're talking about in the developer diaries. It's what made me think of it, the cult thing. They had been thinking of a cult game before, but before they, early on when they're working on Bioshock 1, and they end up kind of doing it here. But neither of the guys in the dev diaries for the Bioshock 1 were actually worked on 2. Apparently. Well, they didn't have any credits there on it. Yeah, like one guy was the creative director of System Shock 2, but 1 and Infinite, while the other guy was only on 1 and Infinite. 2 was done by a different team, a different crew. But still, it seems like they borrowed from the same, notebooks. Which makes sense. Same company. Okay, that was a little loud, but I, I could probably get away with lowering effects by a notch.
I do. You can't
Whoa.
ignore me. All this crap in my way.
Don't know why they have
This is
rivets.
Dr. Sophia Lamb. Andrew Ryan is dead, but the tyrant dwells within us all. Remember, we reject the gene. We reject the self. We reject the tyrant.
And there's the collectivist thing going on. I don't think it's really spoilery to just say, yeah, it's a collectivist thing to as a counterpoint to the previous game. Pricing's a little different.
I'm told that the people grow tense and isolated in the absence of the sun. Now they clamor for a psychiatrist. Do they miss the state censor, I wonder? Wartime seizure of private assets? Or the Cheka police vanishing them in the night?
Cheka?
Regardless, this Lamb woman is said to be the foremost practitioner in her field. Fine. If she can quiet the rattling of the Great Chain's weakest links, I will leave her to it.
He sounds a lot more tired here. And again, I feel these are just kind of left around the place for you to find, rather than actually having any narrative reason for being here. The other one was in the resort, because that's where he was at the time of recording, I guess. But I doubt he was just left it around for anyone to see. I suppose in the preceding time maybe someone dredged it up and left it there, but that doesn't really add any degree of narrative storytelling either. The end of Ryan is the end of the self. So she deliberately came to Rapture when people were coming for her because like part of her motivation for coming here was because she found an individualist place that she really wanted to calm down on. Our trains are running on time when you are run on time. Help keep to the schedule. Keep the express running efficiently. Oh, this is comforting.
I know you. That symbol on your hand marks you a dead man. 10 years, Subject Delta, since I watched you put a gun to your head and pull the trigger. But take heart. Out of your pain, paradise was born. I
Mike
don't
was
know
off
how you
tilt.
survived, but your suffering is over now. These men will ease your burden. Please understand that like all I have done, this is an act of love.
I think she's worse of a tyrant than Andrew Ryan was.
It is Sophia Lamb. She has found you.
It's very much trying to mirror the beginning of Bioshock 1. Very similar note it was hitting, though it seems we're going to be fighting these mooks. She's actually in some ways worse than Andrew Ryan. Andrew Ryan was taking the individual stance. He was you know, well, yeah, he was a bastard. He wasn't claiming, oh, I'm doing this of love, I'm doing this of this, and this for you. No, he was doing it for his dream. He was doing this to create paradise. And you fitted with the paradise or you didn't. But here she's doing it of love. She's doing it for you. The suffering she inflicts upon you, it's for you. It's the best thing for you. I remember there's a line by, I think it's the guy behind the line, Witch from Wardrobe. He was also like he commented on various different things, theology. He was a big Christian apologist, I think. Outright, so Aslan is lying Jesus. But I think there's a quote floating around of him that there's no worse tyrant than one doing it out of love. Let me find the quote. Actually, it wasn't him. Actually, no, there's a different one. Sorry, that's a different one. C.S. Lewis. Tyrant. Of all tyrannies, a tyranny sincerely exercised for the good of its victims may be the most oppressive. Let me load up the rest. Of all tyrannies, a tyranny is sincerely exercised for the good of its victims may be most oppressive. Be better to live under robber barons than omniscient moral busybodies. The robber baron's cruelty may sometimes sleep. His cupidity may at some point be sated. But those who torment us for our own good will torment us without end, for they do so with the approval of their own conscience. Though, to be fair, depending on the robber baron, his conscience might be asleep the entire time and is irrelevant to the conversation. But I suppose, these people are being egged on by their conscience to do more, and they're failing their conscience for not doing more. Well, the robber barons relying, feeding other things, and if they get sated, it's a different matter entirely. They might actually stop being a git for 5 seconds. So yeah, no, it does make sense, and it basically it applies to Andrew Ryan and the other one. Well, he's not necessarily a robber baron. It more applies to her than him, but still, they're both bastards. But she's more of a one because she's a true believer that she's doing the best for you. Well, outright murdering you, stealing, kidnapping children. She's, being a horrific person. I got a rivet gun. I'm gonna use it a lot on her if I get the chance. Oh, nice. Damn it, I wouldn't have wasted supplies there if I realized that that's all that was gonna happen. It's the issue with first time runs. I'm mostly blind. It's been like 10 years since I watched that LP. And while I'm inclined to go watch it again to hear, Seamus talking again, but I'm not going to do it in the middle of my LP, and I probably wouldn't want to watch it after watching his. It's always annoying when you know how to play a game and they don't. You want to shout at them, like, no, you're doing it wrong, you're fucking up, it's painful. But you can't. Especially not now when it's a decade old. Like, trust me, I can relate to that. That's why the one promise I made to myself was try and play the games competently. You don't need to be good, you don't need to be great, but just be fucking competent. But that's painful on everyone involved, you and anyone else. Hack darts are a new creation to go along with the new tech, I guess.
Now you know of the enemy we share. Sophia Lamb. The camera in your helmet allows me to watch through your eyes and help you to fight her.
The place really went to pot, you know, after the 1915 New Year's. Like that one place never fixed itself up. You can't crouch down back into the water once you go upstairs. Like when we got there, it was still had the decorations up. Oh, my bot made it down with me. Lamb will lead the way. Still no explanation on the Vita chambers and how they're working for me.